Hello, Kyle here. I am going to review episode 3 of House of the Dragon. I loved this episode. For me, this could be the best episode of the show so far. It not only delved into the relationships between Rhaenyra, King Viserys, Alicent, and even Daemon, but it had so much stuff packed into it in just one episode. Like, you start off this episode with this outstanding sequence of Daemon on Caraxes just decimating the crab feeders' forces, and you're seeing just this entire fire-strewn landscape. And then you have, immediately preceding that, this whole section of the episode devoted to King Viserys dealing with basically his daughter now growing up. As I watched in the behind the scenes featurette after the episode, they talk about this episode was devoted to like the rite of passage between both Rhaenyra and Daemon. And specifically for Rhaenyra, the rite of passage entailed her not only becoming more so her own woman and her kind of blossoming into adulthood, but it was also her no longer wanting to be kind of forced to marry like all other Targaryens are forced to marry. She wants to choose who she wants to love, and also she is kind of I want to say stuck in between a rock and a hard place, because her father now has sired a son, and the son's name's Aegon. She is no longer seen by the realm as the heir to the throne. According to this patriarchal society, if you're a woman, you cannot become queen. You will never become queen of the realm. It will always be the man that becomes the king. And what I love about this episode is Viserys is also kind of stricken with this prophecy of his son ruling, and everything will be all right if his son rules. But that's not the case. He is now proclaimed Rhaenyra heir to the throne in 2 episodes ago, and now he is now faced by many of his consuls, like many of his consorts. They are all telling him that Aegon should be king, should be the heir to the throne, not Rhaenyra. And in this one brilliant scene acted by both Millie Alcock and Paddy Considine, he promises to Rhaenyra on her mother's grave that she will be the heir to the throne, and he will not change this. And it is a beautiful moment. She is unsure of how he sees her the entirety of the episode, and what makes this episode so much even better, I think, is it takes place like 2 years after the last episode. So the 2 years have passed, and they do a phenomenal job at making you feel like that time jump has happened. Rhaenyra, even though like they haven't changed actors, and they really haven't even changed like the look of Rhaenyra, like she still is wearing outfits she would have worn episodes before, but Millie Alcock's performance makes her seem so much older than she is in actuality, because she is supposed to be 2 years older. And when you are a young boy, a young girl, a young adult, you are essentially going to be faced with rapid changes in your teenage years. And now she is 17. The 15 to 17 age difference is quite visible based on these performances. But it is an incredible moment between her and her father, and you get to see a lot of her dealing with what does she want to be for the realm, and her letting out her frustration. There's this one epic sequence when she's just completely slaughtering this boar, and she's drenched in blood. And then it parallels a later sequence in the show with Daemon after he gets in this fight with the crab feeder, and he's just strewn in blood himself. And you see that both of these characters are becoming new people. That they have, not necessarily new people, but they are becoming and evolving into the people that they will be later on in the show. What else is there? So there's also this thing about the stag, this white hart that they're trying to find, and it kind of is a theme throughout the whole episode, and the series doesn't find this white hart. Rhaenyra does, so she is the true heir. Also, we gotta talk about the epic action sequence at the end with Daemon and the crab feeder, and the fact that they didn't even get the crab feeder to say a single word of dialogue. Daemon says one word of dialogue the entire episode. It is brilliant. Like, there's this one sequence where Daemon is just running through arrows and arrows being flung across him, and he is like able to knock them all out, but like he wants to die. Like he doesn't want to like win. Essentially, he wants to prove to his brother that he can do this himself, and he doesn't need anybody, much like Rhaenyra doesn't need anybody to tell him what to do or help him in any way. And it doesn't matter if he dies or not, he is going to prove that he is his own man. And in this moment, you see that he is going to die at one point, and then he's saved by his men and the dragons, and it is so captivating to watch. And the brutality of it all, unbelievably good. I do want to mention there are some references to the books. There's the character of Clubfoot that they have. They show his foot. And then there is another moment in the episode where they talk about the Black Swan, which she's like just a minor reference in the novels, but it's really well played. What else? If there's anything else I can think of right now, yeah, I think that the show is just as good as it was from episode 1, and it consistently at times gets better and better. And I mean, this is how you do a prequel. That's all I gotta say. Like, this is a prequel. This is one of the best prequels ever done, and this is like the best show on TV right now. So let me know, did you watch not Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon episode 3? What did you think? Are you loving this show as much as I am? Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye, guys.